Trademarks. They tell us a lot of things. In the early days of Pokemon X and Y, trademarks were what told us what Megas to look out for. If Venusaur got trademarked, that meant that Mega Venusaur was on its way. For the most part, they do a lot of other trademarks that don't actually make it into what we think they are. But this time, there are new trademarks that were leaked. Now, normally when trademarks are done, they're done by either Nintendo, Game Freak, or Creatures. But this time, according to Cerebi, it was trademarked by someone called Yusuke Inui in Japan, and he's a lawyer. So he was trying to do this, and it got leaked. So when you hear stuff like that, like some guy in Japan trademarked this, it could be a proxy to pretend like you're in Japan. So someone around this time could have trademarked those two to spike up this news and make people think that things are getting trademarked when nothing is going on. But for the most part, at this point, this seems pretty likely. Two trademarks have been found: SOLGALEO and LUNAALA. So let me just show you how to find those trademarks. So this is the site. And of course, you can't put it in English. SOLGALEO and LUNAALA were names that you made out of the Japanese spelling. So now I gotta go to Google Translate and write Japanese. Translate. Let's try this. So you guys don't know this, but there's a cool way to do this. A lot of languages that have like not English letters let you do this. Got a bit of this. If you guys don't know, this is also an interesting letter. And then we got this, the almighty reverse check mark. And please tell me I did that right. Oh, I think I did it right. So this is the Japanese spelling. If I please work, I'm so proud of myself. Hey. Oh, you fart. Let's try this again. You got this. I'm going to be a professional Japanese guy now. So we're going to do a bit of that. Now, you must get every curvature you can to ensure that your letters of the highest quality. Quietest? The highest. Oh my god, it's 420 today. I didn't do this right. Come on! Japanese is my favorite. I've been watching anime to learn all this. I haven't learned much. I don't see the damn letter. What will I ever... How will I find this? It's not this. Oh my god. Is it? Is it? Is it now? Okay, I'm gonna cheat. I think freaking Cerebi already has it. Oh, I got it. Surakurio. Give me this. Freaking Kirito, go. What? Alright, we're gonna do this the right way. I'm trying to get a trademark classification search. This is why I'm not a freaking lawyer. I could just make videos. Okay, Japanese trademark database. Here we go. This is the trademark I'm retrieving. Why are you not retrieving? I'm gonna freaking become a lawyer. I'm gonna read this, I'm gonna graduate, and I'm gonna find these trademarks. If you intend to file a patent, in addition to machine-translated publications, hold on, I'm gonna do a term search. So, according to stuff, I needed to just search some FIF terms, and I'm about to take my exam. I'm gonna learn the last part about trademarks. Let's see. Oh no, I went to Japanese. No, the site's in Japanese. So you can't actually find it through searching the names. You've got to actually find it through other means. I can't seem to find the trademarks. I've been sitting here for like 20 minutes trying to put the different things, like all of these things, to locate the trademark. I can't find them, but let me continue along with this video. So there were two trademarks that were actually filed before Sun and Moon were announced on February 18th. That's a good 8 days before the announcement, or before Sun and Moon were leaked. And the two things that were trademarked is, first one is SOLGALEO. It's a Japanese name, and it was trademarked by, of course, the Japanese lawyer Yusuke Inui on February 18. And then also LUNAALA, trademarked the same day. And in fact, if you look, this one is just one above this one. So they are trademarked right after each other. So the fact that it was trademarked before Sun and Moon were announced makes it super unlikely that this is like a dummy trademark, meaning that this is probably the name of the Sun and Moon legendary, which brings up a lot. According to Cerebi, the format of these trademarks makes people speculate that these could be the names of legendaries. So to me, so far, my headcanon is that these are the names of the Sun and Moon legendaries, which the first thing it does is disprove that the Sun and Moon legendaries aren't Ho-Oh and Lugia or Xerneas and Yveltal. That means the Sun and Moon legendaries are these brand new Gen 7 legendaries, SOLGALEO and LUNAALA. But what it also means is if Zygarde is this third Earth legendary, the legendary of Pokemon Earth, then these should be almost just as strong as Perfect Zygarde. But let's go past that for a second. What Solgaleo splits into is Sol and Leo, which means solar and lion. So a sun lion is what Solgaleo is. So keep that in mind. Think about a beastly lion on the ground that's supposed to be the legend of the sun. And then scroll down to LUNAALA, which splits into lunar and ala. And if you want to look into the languages, ala is Spanish, and what this means is lunar and wing. Oh geez, lunar and wing, that's the freaking Cresselia thing. It means pretty much an aerial moon legendary. So you've got a beastly sun legendary on the floor that's a lion, and an aerial flying winged moon legendary. That's the reoccurring theme. It's funny because if you think back to those leaks a few weeks back, they were actually pretty on point with it. They were fake leaks, but they tried to imagine the sun legendary to be this on the ground sun lion, while the moon legendary was this aerial winged moon legend, and it actually makes sense. That's actually a reoccurring duo theme where one of the duo is a beast on the ground and the other one is more majestic but flies around. It's happened with Xerneas and Yveltal, with Dialga and Palkia, even though both of them can fly, and it's also happened in other games like with Psybeast Gregar and Psybeast Falzar. It is a theme to be basing the legendaries off something like this, which is why to me this makes the utmost sense to be real, and you can just visualize it. If you can get Pyroar out of your head for a sunline, you can visualize some pretty cool things. Shout out to PokeJungle for helping with finding out the origin of these names. But what's cool is that these names like LUNAALA incorporates Spanish into it. Ala means wing, and that's how we are able to think that this could be a winged moon legendary. So if that's true, this could take place in a region like Spain. Of course, you can't just base it off the names of the legends, but it's a cool thought to have that these regions could actually be taking place in Spain. And for the few of you who think that these aren't the names of Pokemon, because these are just trademarks, we don't know what they're for, if you want to think that they're the names of a form, they could also work, even though it's a bit odd. Imagine if LUNAALA was pretty much lunar form, because this is a Japanese word, and when you were to bring it over to English, it would be easier and more simple. So you could pretend that this is lunar and this is solar, and it would be like Solar Xerneas, Lunar Yveltal, or Solar Ho-Oh and Lunar Lugia. But no, that can't be the case. This has to be not a form, but the name of a Pokemon. Solgaleo and LUNAALA, and that's totally what I'm gonna go for. Of course, we won't know until probably this Korokoro if we're finally starting to see that these legends have been trademarked since the beginning. It's possible that this Korokoro that comes out in like a good 25 days is gonna be showing us the box arts with these two on it. So it's weird that they flashed out the box arts, but I guess they're really just trying to stall, nothing else. But there's more to this, because there's a third trademark that was found. It was completely separate from the others. Like if you remember, LUNAALA came right after Solgaleo. This one is entirely separate, but it's called Giga Reki. And that's all we know, Giga Reki. You can look into the name. Giga just means like super strong and all that when you think of like Regigigas. Actually, Regigiga, it's like Regigigas. It's just all around a powerful sounding name. Giga and Reki, like Regeki and Gigas and all that stuff. It just makes you feel like this giant beastly creature. But it's so odd, because if this thing really is a Pokemon too, what Pokemon is it? Could this be the third legendaries, like the Rayquaza of this generation? It's really weird, because all this time the headcanon that I've been trying to create is that Zygarde would be the third legendary that just on Earth, and it's the guardian of Earth, the Earth legendary. But Giga Reki, it keeps making me think of Regigigas, which also makes me think of the Earth. Could be the Earth legendary instead, which means who the hell is Zygarde? And if Zygarde's cool, then who the hell is Giga Reki? Now, what's weird is that these trademarks were found so back, and only recently have we found them. In fact, an Autobot on Twitter, an Auto-Robot, not an Autobot, posted these like on March 22nd. That was like a freaking month ago. And we didn't even see it until now. So we don't have any direction to go from here. We can't say that, oh, now this month they're gonna reveal the legendaries. Maybe they're planning to reveal the legendaries like tomorrow or something officially on the site. But what this makes me think is that either next month or the month after that, we're gonna see the box legends as well as the way the legendaries look. But very soon, we're gonna see how these legendaries look, and it's gonna be so cool. I'm super excited to see what Giga Reki is. It just doesn't make sense to me. It just stands out, and it's messing around with our theories. I have some doubts. Who the hell is Yusuke Inui? You know who it is? It's the freaking reporter. He's been on our side the whole time. He didn't just take photos. He freaking... he ripped the box arts off and took them with him. He leaked the legendaries. Thanks a lot, Matsumoto. Just wait till what he does next month. He's gonna steal Masuda's 3DS. But that is everything that happened recently overnight. Finding all these trademarks and all that. It's so cool because these trademarks were just on the internet for us to find at some point. And we find it at such an odd time. I don't know what Gigareki could be. It could be a Pokemon. It could be an item. It could be a form. A Gigareki form. Woo! But it could also just be a Pokemon or a trainer, something simple. We don't know. It's entirely separate for a reason, but it's so cool to just have all these trademarks and not have a visual with them. Like for Pokemon Sun and Moon, they gave us the logo too, so we could imagine exactly what we were expecting. But if they just said Pokemon Sun and Moon and didn't have an image, it would make our minds just go that much further. But there's one last thing we can speculate about. What are the typings of Solgaleo and Lunala? The first thing that comes to mind without even thinking too far is Solgaleo being a fire fairy type and Lunala being a water dark type. And if you let yourself process that for a bit, they actually perfectly counter each other. Water beats fire, but fairy beats dark, and they just become a little type triangle between themselves, which is really cool. Even though it would make more sense for Lunala to have a flying type attribute because it's a winged creature, probably. It has wing in its name in Spanish. So that is all time for this, guys. Speculate in the comments. I asked you guys on Instagram to leave some speculation. You guys left some crazy speculation. So speculate on what their typing could be, what they could look like, and all of that, because I don't know, but I really feel like Pokemon officially on their site could reveal more about this in the coming days before the next Korokoro comes out. So I've really got my hope up high. So that is all the time. Be sure to leave a like and also be sure to subscribe because there's going to be a lot more coverage coming soon. So as always, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.